Thanks for joining us on the Sport on Pulse. Hi, I'm Gary Al Smith. Today, we are doing tennis, but quickly, the update. You might recall that yesterday we were telling you that today we will be having two Ghanaians in competition at the Olympics. One, Abeku Jackson, a 16-year-old swimmer who competed. Behind me is the result of that race, and not very good news, but let's take a look at it. From the race in Heats 5, he placed 6th in the heats with 24.30 in the times. It's his personal best. However, that heat was taken in a brilliant race really by Abdul Kader Mbai Nyang of Senegal. So that's the way it is. And if you know how the swimming works in the Olympics, the heats are such that the best times go into the final or the final race. Even though he was 6th, if his time is one of the best in the competition of all the 8 heats, he will be in the final. However, it's not looking too good because if you look at the heats before, the previous 4 or so, the best times, especially the first 3, were between 22 seconds and 23 seconds. And because he did 24.30, it's going to take a bit of a miracle. But we'll be giving you the updates before the segment is over. Let's go to our substantive issue here on the Sport on Pulse. We have Mr. Mauko Afajinu in studio. Normally, he wears the cloak of a banker, but today he's wearing his sporting cloak, which is that of the presidency of the Ghana Table Tennis Association. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, bro.
The reason why you are here is because the National Table Tennis League has been rescheduled to August the 27th, and I can see some of you having very interesting looks on your face where you are. I mean, I can't see you, I can feel it. That they have a table tennis league. So tell us a bit about the table tennis league.
It's been an incredible league this year. We've had 16 clubs from all over the country. We have teams coming in every Saturday from Kumasi. We have teams from Kufuor, teams from Kunyakon, teams from across the country for 14 weeks in the first round and another 14 weeks in the second round, so a total of 28 weeks. Now the climax is what's going to happen on the 27th, and it's actually going to be a crescendo and a celebration of the effort, of the discipline, of the diligence, and of the quality of play that we've seen in this country over the last 28 weeks.
Fantastic. So 28 solid weeks. Is it consecutive?
Yes, please.
Wow. Every weekend?
Every weekend. We've had about 2 breaks, for 2 or 3 breaks for different reasons. But yeah. Otherwise, it's a flow. Yes.
I mean, that's almost half a year.
Precisely.
Or even more.
More than half a year.
More than half a year.
Excellent. Because if you split 52, that's 26. So it's more than half a year.
So more than half a year. That is excellent. That's the Table Tennis League. You can see pictures there. And we can see a certain company's logo at the back.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Stanbic, it's been huge. We've had a number of significant partners. With our home, the Table Tennis League and the renaissance that we're experiencing now wouldn't have happened. I mean, definitely Stanbic has been big. We've had huge support from Coca-Cola. Sky has been there to assist us. Sunseekers has been there to offer and throw in a hand. And it's the combination of those corporate partnerships that has allowed us to be able to perform at the level where we are now. And even that, I mean, by our estimation, is nowhere near we want to be. So there is still a lot of work that needs to be done.
I mean, if it were at the level where you wanted it to be, Ghana would be at the Olympics in table tennis.
Definitely. And you see, if you look at the story of the Olympics and the fact that at the quarter final stage, there was only one African, which was seen as exceptional, then we have a lot of work to do. Our work is cut out for us, but we believe that we are up to it.
I was watching, I think, the quarterfinal also yesterday. The Chinese, well, just for the Chinese, they always say that a 70-year-old Chinese can even beat you because it's a national sport.
Mass exporters of talent across. I mean, they are Chinese Asians, Chinese Jamaicans, Chinese whatever, yes.
Yes, so what can we learn from them, even as we try to increase our level to become, first of all, modestly African champions?
Huge. There is so much. I mean, if you look at what they give to the sports, and the dedication and the intensity and the ferocity and the consistency. You know, the beauty of table tennis is that you can play for so long. Yeah. I mean, you look at Aruna, he's been playing he's done 7 Olympics. That is rare. You get that in table tennis. You can play for so long. And so if we are able to identify and harness talent and turn those prospects into finished material, These are prospects that will win laurels for this country for an exceedingly long time. So in terms of what we can do, we are all very clear. It's a combination of the wherewithal, the right structures, and of course the support for the prospects to help them fulfill their potential.
Okay. Now, interestingly also, we know that we are looking forward to having competitors maybe at the All Africa Games and things like that. Is there a kind of plan that the Ghana Table Tennis Federation is pursuing? Actually,
that's the essence and the spirit behind the league, because we realized from previous years that because our players were not actively engaged, it affected them when they had to train only for a few weeks and attend a tournament. Now we changed that. We have those players playing a week in, week out for 14 weeks in the first round, and another 14 weeks. It's brought up the level of competition. I mean, to the extent that in the league today, we have foreign players from Nigeria playing for some of the clubs.
From our cousins?
Yes, for some of the clubs. And it's amazing. And they really have brought up the level of engagement and the quality of the competition. I mean, I'll doff my hats off to some of the club chairmen. I mean, chairman of MS Club, for example, Mr. Elliot Adri, has been amazing. I mean, the chairman of Tesano Club has been huge. Charles, my friend, has been huge. We have a lot of people who are committing resources, who are putting their wherewithal to bring this game up. And if it is that we have the right partnerships and we have the state coming on board, I mean, there is so much we can change with this game.
Future of table tennis, briefly, 20 seconds.
We have cause to believe. And we believe that table tennis is going to make Ghana proud.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you very much.
Also, table tennis league has been rescheduled to the 27th and is still at the Accra Sports Stadium. Quickly, just to recap, I can tell you that Abeku Jackson, the swimmer in the 50-meter freestyle from Ghana, made 24.30 seconds at the Olympics just about 40 minutes ago. Unfortunately, he does not qualify to the final. Yet another Ghanaian who does not make it into the next round. However, and some of you don't like when we say this, but really this is a time for development for various athletes, because we have been behind for so long that having these Olympians being there for the first time is great cause for the future. Don't forget, in the year 2000, there was a gentleman who was 15 years at the Sydney Olympic Games, and he placed 6th in his heat. He didn't qualify. Today, or 2 days ago, he won his 20th and 21st medals. His name was Michael Phelps. We really have to have hope in our talents, and they will make us proud in future games. My name is Gary Al Smith. Thank you for joining us in the sport. Bye-bye.